Hello, good morning, happy Friday. I have Zilby here with me today, but he's not up on top of his tree yet. I bribed him with some food to come down here, so we'll see if he stays. Hi. Do you want pets? Sitsu, hello. How are you doing today? All right. Where are we today? Today, so we've got You're okay today? It is Friday. It is indeed Friday. That is super nice. We're working on the create account, aren't we? So we want to put in our username and password. We hit the create account and then we want it to do something. I think right now it is just logging out what we got. So that's great. So where do we want to go? We want to go to create account. Oh, I think we're going to go into the API for create account. Now we have access to this. So create account, variables. Now here we have Zilby, what's up? Right, so we have email, that's gonna be that, and we have password. So this is the two variables that are being passed in. We want to create the query, which was it the same thing? LMS account. I don't think it's that. I think it might be the big one. Build query. There it is. Build query. We pass the variables. Variables. That. Okay, what are you upset about? Expected an option string found a string. Expected an option string. So, oh, because these could be sums? I thought I made these required. Maybe I didn't. Okay, so these be some email, some password. Okay. Let's do that for right now. Okay, so we have our query. I want to send this off to GraphQL, which should be fairly simple. I want to do a let response equal to, this is going to be glue net HTTP request post. What do we call it? There's a GraphQL URI. Oh, there it is. GraphQL URI. It's a const. or it's a constant. Okay, so head over there. Then we want to set JSON, and the value is going to be the query dot. Was it just that? Is it just the query? It might just be the query. Expected a reference. Okay. All right. Okay, so we have to then send it, I believe. Wait, what are you? JSON returns, oh, a result self error. Okay, so then we can map this error. I guess I want to log this out, don't I? So we're going to take in that error. We're going to do a log error. Message is going to be error sending create account request. I mean, it's literally the error right there. I don't know why I had to rewrite that. Okay, so we have that, and then I want to create the LMS error. This will be creating an account, and then there's the two things, which is error creating an account. And then you are sending request to server. And we return that. We come to here and we can question mark you. Okay. It's too many words. Okay. So we have you. Expected an LMS error, found a glue net error. Wait, aren't I changing it? I'm mapping it to this. Oh, the log error expects my own error. Oh, I got it. So I need to do this. So let my error. So in this case, I really am not really caring about this. We log the my error. And then we return my error. Expected a string, found a stir. Oh, these need to be strings. Okay. Okay. I think that's good. Yeah, expected a semicolon now. So okay, we're good to go. Thank you, Isitsu, for that. That was yeah, it was my log error doesn't do what I expected to. I think after this project I'm gonna put logging stuff into the component library, because like even though it's kind of there, kind of not there, it's sort of like part of like a style guide type thing, and having like a shared, or maybe I like create just another crate for it for myself. I don't know. I'll have to think about that. But okay. So response, that we have that. It's okay. Happy there. Or I just start using bail because like I don't know how happy I am with like the enum error. But okay, so we have our response. What are you? You're a request because I have to send. So we map the error. We then dot, I believe, send. There we go. We await. And now what are you? You're okay. Now we have a result response, and so we do the exact same map error thing again. So that's going to be what? This 8 lines. Not sure how worth it to do this specific thing over and over again. I wonder if I could separate this out and do it once and sort of pass the. You know what I should do? I should create a generic API call that sends to GraphQL, and the only real difference is I can send in like a description for the error, and then the JSON, like what it's going to take. That would probably be a good idea. Okay, so this is going to be error creating account. This is so this one is actually sending the request to the server. This one is uh, this is creating the JSON. So creating JSON, sending request. Okay, so you're happy. You're a response. Okay, so you're a response now. I want to. We want to get the JSON out of it at this point in time. And this is going to be the create LMS account response data. And we probably have to map the error again here. Yeah, we definitely want to do this once and then, yeah, because it's so much boilerplate for one call. So I want to like create a single call that does this for me. So now it's error creating account, and it is extracting like error getting like converting error converting JSON. Error receiving JSON. Okay, now what are you? Okay, we finally have the response data. And I think I'm only getting the right. So at this point in time, we should have the account. Like it should exist because I don't really care about the response. If I get through without triggering any of the results, or sorry, if the any of the errors, then I'm good to go. So then you are like that. Create account is not being used. Let's head over to create account. So what I want to do is when we hit the button to submit, I want to then start sending the data out, which it sounds like to me that's going to be that's almost like exactly the normal use case for use async. So if we do something like let create account state, use async, we have an async future. Inside of here, oh, I know. This will be what if I need to stuff this into a internal state? Because I think in the async block we call the API inside of here. So we do something like I'm going to return what that is. So that's going to be the API create account. I need the email and password, which I don't have in here, but I do have inside of here. So I need state. So how do I want to do this? I don't think I can use an anonymous struct here. It's probably best to actually create a struct and have it be a named thing and have the compiler help me out a little bit. So this will be the new user. It could be a private struct here. So, basically user, new user. I want you to be email. Okay, and you're required too. So that way I'm sort of forcing that. We'll get an error if it fails. Um, oh, wait, is that true? Okay, never mind. They need to be options because I don't have one yet. I don't have this stuff in here yet. So this will have to be an option, the string. I could implement default for this. So we create that. We have on our account state, our create account state, we're going to have to move. So I think it's async move and not move async, which means we need to create a copy of the account state just for use async, which means I think we can use this in a block. Then we can do a scoped clone. Okay, so create account, and then in here, we have our username, our email address. So that's going to be, did I call it email or username? That I did call it email. Smart of me. I'm going back and forth a lot more today than normal. Okay, so email is going to be the account state dot email. Can I just get that? And then you're not going to be okay with me taking ownership of this, are you? Oh, right, because it's an option string too. So we have to unwrap. Now, if I do things right, it cannot possibly not exist. I probably do want to extract these out. Okay, let's multi-line this and do it right. All right, so let email. So with email, I want, okay, so create account. We're going to do the account state, email. I'm not allowing it. So I have multiple things that are preventing it from getting here without it. So I think that I should be able to unwrap this. Right, the create account itself returns. So I'm hoping that this doesn't cause an unwrap or a problem. This one, it might actually, though. Wait a second. Shouldn't it allow? I thought create use async was happy with a result. Expected impl future output to be a future that results to result unknown unknown, but it results to impl future output equals result that. What is it expecting? What does it want? It wants a result, and we have a result. It wants underscore underscore. It does not like the, I don't know if it doesn't like this one. Oh, this one or the other one. Startup Builder. Hello, can we use chat? I would assume it's Chat GPT, right? To build a question and answer bot for a company website. I have not looked at the terms and conditions for Chat GPT. So the 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 real answer there is like, does the terms and services of ChatGPT allow you to essentially run that with a company that makes money? And if the answer is yes, then yeah. And if the answer is no, then no. It should be fairly cut and dry there. Um, Whether or not you want to do that and it's allowed by the terms of service is like maybe a different question altogether. There's been several of those, like that. There was that Seinfeld Twitch stream that was, I don't know if it was using ChatGPT behind the scenes. It felt like it was, or maybe one of the other OpenAI that eventually became very bad and it got shut down. So I'm a little bit hesitant about just unleashing AI without somebody, like some human, looking at it and say, yeah, that's okay to send to our users. Maybe the underscore means space. Well, so the underscore exists because inside of here we return. Oh, sorry, underscores. The underscore means anything. It's a catch-all. So it's basically a wild card that says, hey, we don't care what type it is. Now, what if I returned out of here this other thing? So that would be the create LMS account response data. And we have the response data, so then I want to return response. Let's go and remove the underscore. Zilby, you okay? All right, so I returned that. We're not compiling correctly, but that might be because in the create account one here. Response data LMS error to be a future that resolves to result underscore underscore, but resolves to impl future. Output equals result, create LMS account, response data LMS error. Something I'm noticing here, there's 3 closing brackets here, and there's only 2 here. So where am I missing a type? So input future output, so that's open. So results to, okay, input future output equals input future and that result. Your pub async function. What did I do differently here? Pub async function result. So that one has store course LMS error. Oh, I need to await. Oh, I think that hit me the last time I tried this too. It's response data clone is not satisfied. We can maybe fix that in the API. Nope, in the queries. Or create LMS account derives clone. Cannot move out of here. Okay. I need ownership of it, so I need a clone it, I guess. Cannot move out of dereference. Oh, I need to clone it somewhere else. So I need to deref here and then clone? Clone before the unwrap. All right, let's try that. Yeah, that's it. Sometimes I have like trouble with like where exactly do I want to put the clone in this statement? Oh, and I don't need the clone over here now. Oh, I probably could have done like an unwrap a ref or something like that, and then cloned after that. That would have probably worked too. Okay, so we have your success. So that gives us this use async. Okay, gives us this create account state for the use async. On submit, I want to move that in. So this is going to be another block here. Not exactly that. Okay, so we want the account state. Clone the account state again. And we want the create account state. Then inside of here, we move in. We're gonna set the account state first. So we get the email. We have that. So now uh, account state. I'm gonna set you to a new user. Can I set it to a brand new thing? Or I think I can, right? Or does it need to be the exact same type? We're going to find out. So we'll have email. It's going to be a sum email. Okay, so I do that. Then I can call create account state and tell it, okay, time to go. Create account state, run. Start doing the thing. That will launch the API request and start the entire process. Which time we can display the message somewhere. Maybe after the form we can have what do I have access to here? Well, that's not very helpful. Let's go take a look at the documentation for use async. I think use async. Okay, right here. So we have that. Okay, so we did that state. We did the on click where we then run it. Okay, we have a state.loading. So we want to disable this if it's state.loading. Do I have the ability to disable buttons? I do not. So that's not a thing. I probably should. If state.loading, okay, so we essentially want to do this. So I get this is going to be a little bit more complex here. So we're going to do if createAccount.state.loading. We'll return HTML. This will be probably another text field of just like loading. I guess if I had like a loading bar, that would work too, but I don't have one. Oh, I could also just return a string literal, creating accounts. Oh, so what if I don't do HTML? What if I just put this inside of here? I wonder if that would work. Else, just an empty string. Okay. I probably want an if else too. I don't know. I don't know if I really need that entire thing. I probably want to check to see when it's created and then do something else. Maybe like, oh, I probably want to like then add something to, like there's an entire banner with a message thing, which I want to display at the top of this screen for creating the account. I don't think I want to do any of this. All right. What I really want to do is test to see if this works. So, um, so let's see. Let's do. We'll create you. Put in a password here. I'll send you out. Error receiving JSON. What happened? Okay, did you error receiving JSON? Okay, so we had stuff coming back. No mutations exist. We have this mutation, create account. So you have to come here to create account, go to permissions, allow you. Let's try that again. Oh, wait, I got an error. Error receiving JSON. Okay. Variable email is declared as a string, but used where string bang is. Expected. Huh. Variable email is declared as a string, but used where string is okay, I think I understand that. Here in the API, when I built the query, I'm saying that this string in this is, that needs to be exclamation point. Okay, I think that's how that works. So let's come back down to here and we'll go to our queries. Oh, it's not that queries. It's the other. It's this queries. Email. Okay. String with a exclamation point. String with that. So if I save you, we're gonna have to maybe restart them. We're gonna go to the API. Now this means that it can't be an option anymore. Let's get courses. Now it's going to be required. That's what the exclamation point does. So now you can't be a sum anymore. Which means you could just be I think I need to save and quit and open this up again. Because like those macros are a little bit weird for it to figure out. Ooh, okay, it like that. Okay, so let's try this again. Oh, this is an email. Error receiving JSON. What happened? Password is too weak. Okay. Well, that's not too bad. I guess I'm going to need to figure out what the password requirements are and then do something about that. Okay, let's try this again. Is it still too weak? No, this time it worked. Okay, I have an ID. I'm going to log in to auth0 on my other browser just to verify. Okay, user management, looking for, yep, latest login, never logged in. That's the exact email address. Nice. Okay, and delete. Okay, so I successfully created a user, but we're gonna need to show what the password requirements are, and we probably need to double check those and validate that on the front end. Otherwise, it kind of sucks to like go through and fail to create the account. Now, can I see what the password requirements are? Password policy. Okay, so I need no more than 2 identical characters in a. No, I don't need that. Special character. Okay, so at least one special character. Lowercase, uppercase, and numbers. 8 characters in a length. So minimum 8 characters. And not empty, obviously. Okay. So I should put, let's actually just like put a text down there somewhere to actually display that. I mean, create account. Now this feels like it should be a message, which should go inside of here. So in an input, so we have a label, input type required, name. I feel like I want to have a message here. So pub message, and this will be an attribute value. You're an option. Now, okay, so we have this message here, and that's happening as a div ID format help. I kind of want to now move this down and have the error message show up as just a completely different div and just have this be a div down here. So we'd have div ID equals, so format. Does that need to be help? We have create the error message. I don't know if it cares about that. I don't know if I even need the ID. Let's go take a look at Bootstrap again. I can hear the voice, but it's like also at the same time, because it's not English, it's not bothering me quite as much as normal. Okay, form overview. Can I see? Okay, so we can see this here. Oh, so I don't think you care that much. I think it's just form text. That's all I care about. Oh, okay. So I can leave them both there. And it'll just be one after the other. So let's take you and throw you in here. Okay, so maybe we'll do sweet message. Props ID. Okay, that's fine. Class form text. I don't want that other class though. I just want this to be form text, which means don't need the entire classes thing either. Instead of error message, this will have to be props dot message clone you. Okay. Let's head into forms and use this here. So in okay, here's password. I want message equals password must have 8 characters, at least one, at least 2 special characters, and yeah. Oh, and 1 number. Okay, so if I do that, let's come back to here. We'll take a look at forms. And so if I attempt to create accounts, oh, but I don't think this will show up here. Yeah. Let's put a message in here. What email address do you want? Because I think if I do that, there we go. Okay, so I can definitely have a message here and then another message right here and then style them differently. So that's fine. This is exactly what I want here. So let's go ahead and send this on up. So we're going to, looks like no warnings. That's good. So we have input can take an optional message now. So that is now you. Okay. So for create account, here's that input for email. I don't care about that one, but for this one, we're going to have that message. And let me pull up what this is. So we have it just says special characters. So if I do something like Oh, okay, I can see now. At least 8 characters in length. So password must have 8 characters. No, have at least 8 characters. 3 of the 4 types of characters. So 3 of the 4 types of characters. Now it's lowercase, letter, uppercase letter, number, special. It's kind of weird. I think that looks weird, but let's take a look at what it looks like in here. Password must have at least 8 characters, 3 of the 4 types of characters. I wonder if I should do this as another line. But I don't want to have to have multiple messages in here, so I don't really like that either. Do the 4 types of characters, lowercase letter, uppercase letter, number, and special. So I think this is fine. I just don't like to have 2 sort of colons here. So maybe password requirements. Just change that to password requirements. I can do a colon here, and then 3 of the 4 types of characters. And then change this to be like maybe a dash. Oh, maybe parentheses. Yeah, that might work out really well. So if I do something like that, password requirements, 8 characters, 3 of the 4 types of characters, lowercase letter, alpha-case letter, number, special. And then I can change the lowercase letter and uppercase letter just to be a little bit like less words. Let's make this A through Z. And then U can be A through Z, 0 through 9. I don't actually know if there's a limit. So I don't want to say like you can only do one of these other things. Special looks kind of weird now, doesn't it? So if I just do I mean, technically that works. It's not exactly correct because you can use more than that. I should just put the full regex there so readable. Yes. I should just, hey, this is a place you go to learn how to program. So in order to create your account, you must know how to read regex. That makes sense, right? That Totally makes sense. We're going to teach you. You don't need any programming experience at all, but you do need to know how to read regex. I'll stay with this for right now. It accepts more than these characters, but if you only use those, it's fine. Also, hello, Josh Finney. I could eventually put in like maybe like just write it up in a different way, and sort of instead of having like it be here, we have like a little box that has it. That would be probably better, probably a better experience, but I'm not going to worry about that too much right now. Okay, so we have this. It can actually successfully create an account. That's great. We could probably do a test. Okay, so when I do the request out, I'll do this again. See, that will fail because I don't have. Okay, so here's my query going out. Can I just see what the raw one is? Yeah, okay. So here's my full body that's going out. So we can set up our test to look for this. And that will technically work. So where do I have that? I have that end-to-end tests. I have an auth spec here. So we do the get started. We verify that we're on the right page. I find the email label and I create a random email using Faker, using that also has a mailinator domain name. I create a random password. I get the button and I click it. I wonder if the role is going to have to be submit. And then what I want to do is I want to intercept this. Oh, you're saying you can't find this. That's fine. So this is. It's not readable GraphQL shit. They only use post method for everything. Yeah. Well, so GraphQL is a move away from semantic HTTP methods. So that's the reason why it's a post request for that, is because it's now you're basically you're gaining something and you're losing something. So instead of REST, where the HTTP method is like telling you something and being informing, you're now using the codes inside of the request for that information, and the request itself is essentially meaningless. This also is true for error codes. Now, if there's an error, you can still get a 200 back, but it's still errored out. You have to check the error message to see if, well, there was an error. And that's because you could have success and errors together. So that is something that I'm not super happy about, but I'm willing to accept that for some of the other benefits that I get out of Hasura. But if I was doing GraphQL just by itself with like having to do that myself, I would probably just go back to what is it, REST. Okay, what I was doing? Oh, we're going to playwright. I want to intercept. Okay, so network stuff. Oh, okay, we're going to do this page on. So that's for monitoring. Ariane, hello. Uh, we are working on an LMS project. So we have this so far. Basically, we have a home page. We can go over, click on Get Started. We have a create account form. If we fill this out and we hit create the account, it actually does create the account. It sends it over to a GraphQL API named Hasura that has this special action that then sends that over to auth0 and creates the account for real. Now, what I want to do is I want to intercept that message with our automated testing system, so it doesn't really create the accounts, but it's actually verifying that it's sending the right data for it. And so I want to handle requests. Oh, I can abort the request. But I don't think I want to abort the request. I want to respond with. I don't even think I really care about what I respond with, but I could respond with like the appropriate thing. So I don't think it's proxy. Oh, I do this route fulfill. That's what it is. So page that route, I get the route, I fulfill it, and I hand back, oh, this is what, okay, this is what it is. Yeah, the target is a database, but it's not my database. It's a third party database. And so I don't want to actually go create that over there. I'll have a bunch of junk data. And I want to be able to run this in production too. So I just want to make sure that I'm sending the right shape of data. I think we can do that here. Oh yeah, yeah, we totally can. So I can see this would be I can see what the headers are. And then we can continue with it. Oh, interesting. But either way, it's going to be page.route. Okay, so let's put in an await page.route. We have a URL here to use, which I think we're going to have to set this up. Oh, I think I use this somewhere else. Accessibility? Oh, yeah, right here. So copy you. Okay, so either we're going to grab it from an environment variable or we're going to assume that we're on localhost, which means that we're going to be doing this GraphQL URI. Then we get a route. Okay, in this route, we have access to the body. So we can now verify that the body is what we expect it to be. After you moved to Emacs, your skin got softer. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, like the text ones are the text uh what am I thinking of? My brain is starting to have trouble. It probably means it's close to the end of the stream. Um but yeah, like Vim and Emacs are fun. I like them. Although I've never really used Emacs. I already started with Vim because that's what I was indoctrinated as, and so now I have that's just all I use. If I use like a text-based editor. Okay, what do I have access to here? So I have abort, fetch, fulfill request. Okay, so a request to be routed, continue fallback. Oh yeah, so it's request.headers. So I do request. Oh, you're not showing everything here. So bind call. Can I see, like, is there a body? Oh, because you're a function. That's why. Then here we go. Okay. Ooh, post data. I wonder if that's what I want. Request post body, if any. Okay, so post data. So it'd probably be something like this. So const, this is the body, equals that. And then what we're going to want to do is validate that this looks like it's supposed to. And since we're going to be controlling the test every single time, we should be able to create the body of the way it's supposed to be. Doom Emacs is amazing. Vim bindings plus the awesomeness of Emacs. I've never really understood that, but that's probably because I've never used Emacs. I do remember getting into Emacs and having that same fun experience of that non Vim users have, which is like, how do I quit Emacs? And then sort of googling around, and it's like, I don't find it. I don't think I think I asked one of the scientists, like, how do I quit Emacs? And they just sort of I remember he stared at me and he just sort of like very dully said, "You'd never quit Emacs." And they just stared at me. I'm like, "Great. Thank you." Exactly that. It was like, why would you ever quit Emacs? You just leave it up and then you just shut the computer down. You kill the terminal and everything else because you're only quitting Emacs to shut the computer down. I thought that was hilarious. But it also goes to show that you use Vim to just edit files and like to do work. Use Emacs to just use your computer in general because it has everything in it. Okay. This is, let's put in a note in here. So the next thing we're going to do is validate that the body is correct. I used to have, do I still have the network in here? No, I do not. So let's send this again. Oh, this will, of course, be a failure, but that's okay. I don't care if it succeeds. I just want this request here. And I want the raw. So this is what it's going to look like. So request should look something like that. You'll see that in here we have the password is right here. This very lovely password thing. And so what I probably want to do is create the email and password into variables, and then I can use like what is it, string templating, to create this body here and verify that it is what I expect it to be. All right, but that will have to be next time. Password of r*****. So that's not a real password, so I don't care about publishing that to GitHub. It doesn't even log in because it didn't create the account, so I'm not going to worry about that. I do wonder if somebody's going to send me a message to say your password's in GitHub. I've gotten those before from like automated systems. It'll be funny if that happens today. So let's go ahead and everything looks good here. So git commit am. I want to, so this is a work in progress. We are now testing the create account feature. And there we go. Okay, so that works there. Go ahead and push you up. And I've been getting lots of messages. So something's going on. Mo Ali is doing streaming. Looks like Rust game dev. Let's go ahead and set up a raid for them. And I didn't even get an advertisement on the channel when I loaded up, so that's nice. To Lee. We'll go ahead and start the raid. All right, everybody. Let's see. Oh man, it's Friday already. So I plan on streaming tomorrow morning at around but sometime between 7 and like 9 a.m. So like sometime in the morning, and then we'll go for several hours. Usually until around 12 p.m. We'll be working on this and continuing to sort of like build out the LMS project. So that'll be that. Everybody, thank you again for hanging out with me today. We made some decent progress with this, and I'm looking forward to continue with it. So with that, have a great rest of your day, and I will see you next time. Bye.